Right. Oh.
Find your shit.
All right, everybody out there in TV land, here in Bridgeport, Connecticut, at the Downtime TV HQ, it's Street Time!
And what is up, everybody? You're tuning in to Screen Time. Welcome back, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I am your host, Tony, and as always, we have a Manny over there on the table, looking tall and happy with the red Downtime TV hat on for Rizzles, dude.
Yeah.
Bang, right there with his ISO as well, dude. Always got the two-shot, dude. Always two cameras on Manny, because you never know what he's doing
What
from
could
what
happen?
direction. Wow, what a day, what a life, what a Twitter, what a Friday, dude.
What a Twitter?
I just got a Twitter notification
Nice.
right here. So that's why that popped into my head. But great episode for you guys today. A lot to go over.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wanted to start off, with probably our biggest news here,
Yeah.
which, Mike and I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy yesterday.
Yes, you did.
So this movie came out last Friday, actually, so a week ago today. So opening weekend, whatever, has been doing well. Got some good reviews. I heard some critics say this was the best Marvel movie in a while. It could be
Interesting.
I guess when you really break it down to what Marvel has released
Which is unfortunate.
recently. Which doesn't really say much, honestly, in my opinion. But so
Wow.
real quick, actually, two
Yeah.
comments off Rip.
Right out the rip.
Oh, Renee said, haha, that looked awesome. Oh, I think she meant the cuts of you. And then Michael says it was so bad I couldn't handle being in the studio. I picked the movies that are hot or out and being talked about most for your information. He say that because we both picked this movie, but then before this movie, I forget what he picked that we saw before this. That wasn't. Oh, I think it was Ant-Man. It was Ant-Man. Yeah. I want to see. It was totally fine, dude.
Yeah, it's rough that it wasn't as good as we had hoped.
Right.
I guess.
I just think that like that era. We'll get into it a little bit more, but I just think that like this era now of Marvel movies is like they're kind of hitting flat because like we did Infinity War, like we did Endgame,
We did so many. We kind of put the end to certain things so quickly, and now we're like, oh, what other stories?
What can we do
out?
now? Yeah. So it's like, a lot of it is them, I think, grasping at a little bit of straws in terms of plot content.
Yeah.
And then also it's just like I don't know, it felt like with Endgame that was like a bookend to like the whole Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Kind of ending like all those characters. Like I kind of thought after Endgame,
you have to think like comic books, though. That's the way you have to think about it. There's always something that happens.
No, yeah, of course. Yeah, but I mean, again, like, the direction where it seemed like they were talking about going was introducing like the next set of Avengers, almost following another set of people, and bringing back like the X-Men was a huge talk about thing, like
that.
including like Wolverine isn't in the Avengers movies, like you have an entire a ton of more characters you haven't even included.
Going to be popping into the Deadpool world, so
right?
That's going to be a small thing, but we're starting to see things. I think that's Deadpool is going to be one of those characters that I think is going to push forward a little bit more.
Well, that's something that like again, like Deadpool wasn't really part of Avengers, either, which is fine. But so, like he's doing his own thing, but like what is the next big like project Marvel is really working towards right now?
Yeah, I think it's just to choose. You have to choose your new superheroes wisely, because you have to put them together again.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're gonna try to replicate, it's either they're gonna try to replicate another Endgame style, Avengers style. I mean, the Avengers can have also more stories. We don't, there's other things that might pop up, but I think based off of also the actors, you're not gonna.
I mean, they have to introduce the next Captain America. Like, they have to do that.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's just going to be.
It's tough. Dude.
It's tough to see how they're going to be changing. Like DC has a whole world they can just kind of like open up into, and now like Guardians was so popular, but now you're kind of stuck with this third movie. You're not really sure where it's going to go. Are you going to continue to make the story of,
Right.
this, or are you going to try to add them into other? Because a lot of the stuff, with Ant-Man, you get a lot of different people in it. They do combine. You're going to see little like guest spots in every single movie, but I don't know how much further you're going to get with some of these characters.
Again, I think, and we'll get more into Guardians now, but like, it does seem like they are trying to turn a page here.
Yeah.
Because and I'm kind of happy. I think because I watched Guardians 2 for Wednesday night, I guess it was. And obviously Guardians 1 I've seen over and over again. And those are both good movies.
Yeah.
They were great, I thought. And you mentioned DC, which is pretty interesting because, obviously we know James Gunn does Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
he directed this one, and now he's kind of the co-CEO of DC, right?
So you kind of see a little bit.
You're kind of this is almost a look into what to maybe expect from DC. I guess I kind of hope he does it a little bit differently because obviously
they can't take the gimmicky.
No, they really cannot.
They tried. They tried. Aquaman. They tried to be funny. They weren't fucking funny.
They were not fucking
It was just
funny.
There was no part of it. Like that movie sucked anyways. I can't even deal with it. But hopefully he can take some of that. But that means that Guardians of the Galaxy is like on the back burner.
Right. Well, again, let's get into the movie here where, the movie certainly had the same sort of goofiness, right, to it that the first two had. Obviously, about, the music choice, the soundtrack of the movie being such an integral part of the movie, which, again, I liked. Like the first one was a breath of fresh air because no comic book movie was really done like Guardians, the first one that came out.
Everything
right?
was very serious.
Everything, exactly. Everything was very serious. Obviously, Guardians is serious, but it's also funny and like surprisingly violent at the same time. Like the action is good, whatever. Obviously, this is the third one, so I think for me personally, that shtick is kind of getting a little old.
Over. Yeah.
It just feels like I feel like I'm watching almost like a music video for 2.5 hours because like there are like intense things happening, and all of a sudden it's just like a slow-mo,
the whole
something, and then there's like a cool song underneath that's good.
They're
like
just
a
making
retro
montages.
song, exactly. So
2-hour montages.
Which again, like, I mean, it's fine, but I mean, the movie was 2.5 hours, and honestly, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. It felt good.
Okay.
The movie went along, like, for me, honestly, like the movie started off a little slow. So basically, the plot line of this movie basically talks about the backstory to Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
Which is a very cool backstory. They touched upon it oddly. It was in periodical flashbacks throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So basically the movie starts off where they're all chilling, at their planet, on their ship, right? Whatever. And then all of a sudden this guy, I'm gonna get the cast up, honestly, before I do anything. So I get, names and actors right. So Warlock comes, who's played by Will Poulter, who is, I really know him most. I guess he was in the Divergent series, I think.
He's one of those.
And then he was in he was like the kid in We're the Millers.
Oh
yeah. So obviously he's older now. He's shredded.
That kid's funny as fuck.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. He played Warlock, which is what you thought was gonna be your main villain at first, right? Because he comes in hard body attacking Rocket Raccoon, trying to get him, right? And basically he gets injured so badly that they try to revive him, but he has like some stent thing on his heart that doesn't let you mess with his heart, so they needed to like bypass that. Basically they were being lured into a trap by this overseer villain, whose name
Mantis.
No. High Evolutionary, I guess, is what his name is credited as. They didn't really, again, like they kind of called him like this Chancellor dude, whatever. Which is fine. He was an interesting actor. He kind of reminded me a lot of what's his face, who played Kang and Ant-Man. Jordan, no, not.
I already forgot his name.
Jonathan,
you're almost going to jail, man.
Jonathan, you're going to jail, man. Creed. So yeah, it's Creed 3. Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors. Again, that was the same character. We'll get into it, right? So the plot is that, all right, they have to bypass this, so they want to go to where he was like created, right? And thus, this whole time, they're doing those periodical flashbacks to when he was created, how he was treated. Basically, again, obviously spoilers, so you find out he was created to create this what's the word for utopian society, the perfect race is what this guy is doing.
Every villain.
Again, like kind of the same story from Ant-Man, Quantumanium, how like this Conquer guy was destroying
the thing,
civilizations that he deemed not worthy. Try to look for the perfect whatever, dude.
It just sucks sometimes.
It's been done before.
Yeah. And
okay.
You're on your third one.
Exactly, dude. So again, like at that point, and the flashbacks are kind of cheesy, where it's him with the other animals. Like, I understand, like they're trying to make it heartfelt, and it is heartfelt towards the end there on what he goes through because it's pretty intense. Like again, it's like you think testing on animals now is poor. Like, you're giving these animals like consciousness. And then still testing them, like
I know, but like, what the problem is? It's like, dude, you can. He's a raccoon,
right?
He's a raccoon with an attitude. You're not gonna fucking find the happiness in him. Like it doesn't. Right. It just doesn't match. Like as us watching it, I'm just like that would throw me off completely. I'd be like, dude, I get that he's a character, but like I don't care that much about his backstory. To make it that much, like I need something to show me why he's this big of an asshole and stuff, which is good, but like don't get sappy on me. He's not meant to be sappy.
Well, that's the route they went, was like, oh, he is an asshole because of what he went through and what he blames himself for.
Yeah, no. It has to, that one has to be more of like a revenge thing.
Yeah, I get
like it's gotta be.
It wasn't like
can't be.
I feel like it was the first time. It wasn't like, again, being revenge would be good.
Yeah,
but it was the first time we were even hearing of this thing. Right?
Exactly.
Obviously,
it's like saying Batista's character being like, yo, let's see how his emotional. He has no emotion. You don't understand that emotion. Like that's like bringing that into him and being like, yo, here's his backstory, and it's him being like this. But
that would be lame.
That'd be so weird.
Lame.
It doesn't match.
Doesn't match his.
I don't think
that matches Rocket Raccoon.
And I mean, this is also I haven't watched it, but the way that you're explaining it to me is what's getting me to that point where I'm like, all right, so like, do I really want to go watch this, or I'm just gonna watch it when it comes out, and then just
it being on Disney Plus is fine.
Yeah.
Watching it in the movies, I mean, obviously, I had a great time at the movies. Went to the one in Sono. The popcorn, got a Coke slushy, cherry slushy wasn't working. So, I mean, I always enjoy going to the movies no matter what, because it's just fun to me.
Yeah.
But this is definitely, I mean, people were like, yeah, it's probably better just to watch it Disney Plus at home for sure. But again, like as this movie goes on, I mean, it gets better, honestly, in my opinion. Like, it definitely started off slow, and you're kind of wondering, like, again, the Warlock character, they kind of play as a fool, which is fine. And then, Gamora's characters in the movie, which is a little confusing.
Yeah.
Because that, with the whole Endgame thing, like, Thanos had killed her.
Yeah.
Right.
And do you know the timeline compared to?
This is after everything.
So this is after everything. Got it.
Right. So basically, in this, her character is alive, but does not remember meeting Quill, like Chris Pratt or the Guardian. She's not part of them anymore.
She's not a part.
She's just a regular like scavenger pirate person.
Got it.
And again, like they didn't exactly explain how she's alive and why she doesn't remember anything very well.
Yeah.
Which was a little confusing. But again, like if I guess if you really think about it, I did some research as well. Technically, like the Thanos that Iron Man killed, in Endgame was like a different timeline Thanos, right? So it created like an alternate Gamora where she wasn't killed by Thanos,
got it,
but also never met the Guardians of the Galaxy.
So now she's
just like, and she like they play it off as she knows like what the deal is, like with Chris Pratt, how he had a different version of Gamora, that they were in love, whatever. So playing all that off, dude. Some of the jokes landed, some of them didn't really. Some of the writing was corny. Some of it was good. Again, it was as goofy as the other two, I suppose.
Yeah, just not as good.
It's just not as good because it wasn't as fresh, you know? I will say the action was dope. I think there could have been a little bit more like team action. There was really only one scene that was dope with like all 5 of them.
Yeah.
Fucking dudes up in this hallway.
I feel like you get that right off the bat on the second one.
You do get it right off the bat. It's like the
funniest one because you got Groot dancing and shit.
Like, at the beginning of it, and he's dancing little, and they're all fucked up in the background.
Big explosions, big fights, big everything,
and it's dope, dude. Yeah. And no, dude, like literally, this movie started exactly the opposite. They started off with kind of that, but it followed Rocket Raccoon just going through the town, the village that they live in, right? The little city area on the ship. And like I'm a Creep was on by Radiohead. Like, that was the song they chose to kind of be the opening song, which I mean, it's not an upbeat song. It's sad. It's not a song that gets you
never good to start.
Fucking pumped. Again, you think of the first two, how they opened. It was high energy, dude.
It was one of the greatest openings ever. Like, you know, that the Groot dance was insane. Everyone was on that shit. Everyone loved it. It was like him. He's just doing a thing. And then it goes to behind the scenes of the guy who invented it. And it's just this enormous, awesome fight scene happening with the comedy, with this, you know, Rocket's fucking yelling at Groot. Everyone's trying to get it going. And it's chaos, but it's like the fun chaos that we are expecting from these guys. So if you're going to start off a movie slow, it better fucking pick up quick.
And unfortunately, I mean, you don't get that fun chaos like until an hour into the movie. And an hour into the movie is when I really started enjoying it. There was like this one scene too where you know, they're chasing this guy to go, the guy who created Rocket, right? Whatever the coordinates they found, which the whole thing was a trap, right? And we know that.
It's
whatever.
A trap.
Right. And he's saying like the whole time, again, kind of funny. Quill is like, dude, this is gonna be a trap, and Quill's like, no, it's gonna be a face-off. Like, we're coming to him. We're fighting. They're like, this is a trap. They want you to. No, it's gonna be a face-off. I kind of thought that was a funny joke. You know, a consistent joke throughout the movie. Whatever. But again, like an hour into the movie, they have this scene where they went to the planet, which is called Counter Earth, which is an exact replica of Earth. This guy tried to create. That was the whole thing.
I love how simple in superhero movies.
Counter Earth.
They just Counter Earth, alternative Earth, Earth 2. You know, like I believe Flash is Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 35. Like, can we get a little bit more creative?
Exactly.
Can we do something about that? No. Okay.
But so this dude, like, again, that Chancellor dude that they call a god, basically. The reason why he wants Rocket Raccoon is because Rocket Raccoon was the only test subject that didn't show like violence. Like he was the one who wasn't like zombie like violence.
Who went crazy? Who went crazy? Who lost his mind?
So he wants him back to try and like
duplicate him because that's what they want.
Right? Because at first he was able to, but then Rocket Raccoon like escaped, and then like the society he built was just as flawed as regular humans.
Of course.
Because he put all these people and he used animals, all different types of animals, which made it kind of freaky because there were animals.
That didn't go well.
Basically. So, and like it's literally like they're on this Earth and it's the same deal. Like people get mugged, drug problems. Same problem as Earth, basically.
And this is where he's walking into the first few minutes. This is the place that he's walking through right now.
No, this is an hour into the movie where the Guardians of the Galaxy go to find
go to that spot.
The creator to figure out how they can bypass all his shit that he was created with, right?
Yeah.
But they also down into a house because they land in this fucking town.
Yeah.
And like one of the people, like, and again, they don't speak English, so they're in the house and they're trying to fucking like decipher like what they're saying, trying to find out like where they can find the headquarters to go to, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just really funny cut scene, and like Batista, his character Drax, which is in my opinion the best part of the movie, was Batista. Absolutely fucking kills it.
I believe Michael also agrees with you in the comments.
Yeah, we'll get
that's the only reason.
Some of his comments in a minute. He's like, he goes into the living room, sits on the couch, and is laying down, puts his feet up, and people are like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, why? Like, it's disrespectful." No, this is what the couch is here for. And again, like that's an underlying joke,
obvious,
the whole time while they're trying to have a conversation that's serious.
Yeah.
And it's like cut very quickly, like one-liners, like the timing was good. It was funny. It made me genuinely laugh. Even Mike chuckled nicely. Because it was funny, and we
have an official chuckle for Mike.
Like it was a well shot and edited scene. Execution was good. And that, again, an hour into the film, that's the first time. And then get into, like, again, the first type of group action with everyone, you know, like after that. So, like, then you start getting that feel of what Guardians was like the first time you see it.
Yeah. But you have to get an hour in for
an hour in, okay. Which, and it was rough. Slow. The first hour was a little tough, dude.
It's a little tough.
And then Michael says a few comments. He was just laughing at the movie the whole time. He says, so bad. 2 different movies going on. It felt like very corny. Dave Bautista was the only good person, he says. Had an amazing time with Anthony. Always, he says. And he mentions Tony the dude with way too much screen time. Yes. It was this dude who actually I am now understanding is James Gunn's brother, this actor who was in the first and second one.
Who always has a good part in it.
Has a solid part, right? Again, like, I want to get a photo of this guy. This isn't in the third one. He looks different though. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he has an actual like
badass in it. He looks weird.
No, he's not badass.
No, he looks like a pancake bitch.
So yeah. So basically, he's this dude,
this guy,
who obviously has a bigger role in the second one and even bigger role in the third one.
Yeah. I like him.
But he just gets too much screen time, dude. He does, for a character that doesn't do anything really to the plot as much.
I think everyone just started liking him from the first and second, and they probably got good reactions.
But they got overdone, and it was more about his story. And he had like, I'm terrible with these names because it was far, but he had like this dude's like the red needle he used.
Yeah.
He now took over like that power and everything. And
didn't he take over that in the last one?
Yeah. Right. But he's like, now he's like trying to perfect it and shit. And he's like having a tough time. He's like remembering him. And I could do it. And
so pretty much it's setups for those 2 characters.
Yeah, kind of, dude.
Nice. That's always the tough part, because like, if you watch like the Thors, like, what is it? The second Thor is really a terrible one, but you need it in there to just show off certain things. And it's like, there's a lot of setup movies, and I think this might be one of them.
I was gonna say again, like it was very reminiscent of Ant-Man and the Wasp, which Ant-Man was trying to set up Kang to be the next big villain in the Marvel universe. This movie was more about setting up, I guess, where the Guardians are going to be in the new storyline. So at the end, obviously, they save Rocket Raccoon. They defeat the Chancellor dude, right? And again, it was the same deal where this Chancellor dude was built up to be like this ultimate villain, like being able to control the space around you. Like he had like force-like powers where he was like, and would just throw you with his own energy, basically telekinesis style against the wall.
Jedi style.
Just like Kang could do. But in the end, he just gets fucked up, like in the end, easily by Rocket Raccoon and by the whole crew.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough with superheroes to do the movies, like, because the movies are, you kind of at some point need a closure. In comic books, dude, you just can continue it. It's like Batman and the Joker. Like, you need each other. They need to have the villain. So like, it sucks because in the comic book, you just keep on reading. What's the next battle? What's the next story? And, and here it's like, to get to that, you have to go through a lot of information. This is what happens with these.
I mean, it's just not.
And it's the same powers too, like you said. Like they're all the same characters,
villains, same powers. And again, like you're building up this guy.
Yeah,
like his fight scene at the end is 3 minutes long, man. And it's him getting fucked up, dude. Like it was really more for the story of him, whatever. But it's just like, I mean, I understand how comic books are read. Like I've read comic books, but like movies are not. They cannot be like comic books.
That's
you can't have a 2.5 hour movie. Like exactly. That's their thing.
The decision that they've made. Some people. That's why when people are like, oh, they gotta make it exactly like, I'm like, dude, you can't.
You can't. It's impossible.
It's impossible. Like exactly. And depending on who decides to make it and who decides the style, if you're gonna get stuck with someone that's like trying to make it as authentic, you're gonna get all these holes, all these loopholes, and all this like random, because you don't know about all the backstory that the comic book is. You don't know about half this shit. You have to introduce it. You have to explain it. You have to have the viewer understand what the fuck is going on.
Right.
They've never read it. So
like
it's a lot of information that you're trying to put in 2.5 hours.
Again, yeah. And then like the way they started off Guardians of the Galaxy obviously was successful.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like you knew people's backstories
exactly
at all. You had some hints, some allusions. But I mean, it wasn't really anything specific.
And then you threw them right into Avengers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It wasn't like that. You didn't. You had those 2 movies kind of to learn about them, but then you just like boom,
Avengers,
like you're in.
bang, dude. And it worked well for the Avengers, but now look at what's happening. Right? In the long run, it didn't really help you. So they kill this guy in the end, and then everyone splits up out of the Guardians. There are a new pack of Guardians led by Rocket Raccoon. He's the only one who really stays.
Yeah, so that
him and Groot, I guess.
Yeah. You can't get rid of
and Groot. Then Warlock joined as one, and there was a couple new kids that they saved, whatever. But everyone else kind of goes solo, dude. And it seems like based on like post-credit scenes and stuff, that Peter Quill here, Star-Lord, is gonna be back in Marvel movies, but just like solo dolo. And I would imagine maybe because he doesn't really get with Gamora at the end, so she pieces out. So maybe they're gonna hit that a little bit, but which is fine. But again, you would expect Star-Lord to be some type of role coming up in the next Marvel, I guess, whatever Avengers movie that they make next. He'll have a role.
Hopefully.
A big role, because he could be a guy you rally behind. I like Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. I like his character.
Yeah.
He's dope. You learned a lot about him in Guardians 2 with Kurt Russell as his father. Dope as fuck, dude. So I think that's a good call there. All in all, the movie like was slow, had some corny parts. Again, like we were saying before, it seems like this was kind of, I don't want to say like a cheap movie made just to be a setup movie.
Yeah.
But it does seem like they cut corners at some points, some of the effects, especially with Rocket Raccoon, it looked like that fucking Wes Anderson movie, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh God.
At some points, like Rocket Raccoon looked like that. And it was just like kind of weird. And again,
it's like semi-realistic.
Yeah.
Like it's something
it just doesn't look right.
Like
dude.
AI when it comes out with a photo.
And they kind of had like, they kind of gave Rocket Raccoon almost like a love interest.
Stop it.
For being when he was being created, trapped in the cages and shit. And it was like a ferret woman who had like metal limbs and shit.
They tried to make it funny.
And they no, it wasn't. They tried to make it sentimental.
No,
and there was like a scene where they kind of like definitely talked about like probably having them kiss or something, but they just like Eskimo kissed as they hugged, and it was kind of awkward and
nothing like.
It was just a little weird. I mean, it could be understood. I mean, I was like, probably a good decision not to have these two animals make out.
Probably. You know how much crap they'll get from
I know. But then it's just like they probably shouldn't even had it in general.
I agreed.
And then even there was definitely a few scenes they could have just cut out in general. One of them being like, in the end, Star-Lord gets like trapped in space and is dead. Like dies. Like
just dead.
Face puffs up and shit because he's in space. And then like Warlock, that gold dude, ends up being a good guy, converts, saves the dude in space, brings him in. And it's just like, why did you you should just had Star-Lord just escape fine and not even have that, dude.
I don't know, man. This is
I just thought like there were some executions there that just weren't good and seemed kind of forced and almost cliched. And again, Dave Bautista was really like the dynamic that they have created between him and Mantis. I think is just phenomenal. Both of those characters I absolutely are in love with. They're so like funny and like naive, but like obviously smart, know what they're doing at the same time. So it's like great characters, honestly. It's awesome, dude. As Mike has a couple more things to say, he says it's just sad with all that money and the ability that they make garbage. And then he says, like Tim McGraw and Nelly, over and over again, these movies are trash. Disney has lost 4 million subs in the first 6 months of this year. The go woke, go broke thing. Hashtag go woke, go broke. I don't think there was like an issue in terms of this movie having like agendas or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't like one of those movies where it was just like what are you doing? Like what message are you trying to send in terms of like whatever societal messages? But
yeah, this wasn't fucking Peter Pan.
Yeah, it wasn't like Peter Pan and Wendy or like any remake really.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it just wasn't good. And I hear people talking highly of it, and I think Michael says it didn't. Just saying though. No, yeah, I mean it sucks that Disney is like losing lots of money. And again, like I understand like there's maybe work with them here in terms of setting up a new storyline. Like it is a pretty intense pivot.
Yeah.
But I just think maybe they're not going they're not taking it the right route with these setup movies. And also maybe it seems like they're rushing. Like they're rushing to get to the next Avengers.
Do we have
a timeline?
Phase 5? What phase are we in?
I think it's like Phase 6, Marvel.
Phase 6. Let's look up what we got. Because I mean, the TV shows that have been coming out haven't been terrible.
But again, like I think TV, and I've said it before. Let's see. We are in Phase 6, which is 2024 to 2026. So I guess right now we're in Phase 5, which is this year.
Was Black Panther that? I didn't watch Black Panther yet.
I didn't see Wakanda Forever. Love and Thunder sucked. Multiverse of Madness was really good, I thought. No Way Home was also good. Eternals I didn't see. Black Widow I saw, but that was okay. But again, like Black Widow was weird because Black Widow, she actually died. Like I just thought that was an odd thing to do. So we're in Phase 5 here.
What does Phase 6 look like?
So Phase 6 looks like Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. That's where Kang comes in.
Yeah.
And then Avengers Secret War. So they're setting up for 2 Avengers to come out in 2025, 2026.
And I believe Secret War, is that the one that we watched the trailer for?
Yeah, with
Samuel L.
Jackson. Yeah.
So we saw that was
interesting.
Specific towards him.
Yeah. So it's actually kind of dope now because we've seen the first 2 things of Phase 5. So we're on top of the ball here, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So we saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, we saw Guardians of the Galaxy, which are the first 2 things of Phase 5. The Marvels comes out next.
The Marvels,
which is with like Captain Marvel, the girl who they made a series of.
Yeah.
And then a new Captain America movie, which I think has just Bucky in it.
Which has Bucky in it?
Thunderbolts, I'm not sure of, and the new Blade movie, I guess, is part of Phase 5. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
I had remembered hearing something about that.
Because I've heard great things about, I obviously love Wesley Snipes' Blade. Yeah. That's dope as fuck, dude. Yeah. To reintroduce that is awesome. And I would imagine that's going to have some type of crossover too with Deadpool.
It has to.
It has to. So, actually, you know what? Michael and Manny, like, good on us so far. We're on top of Marvel Phase 5.
We've been watching. We got things going.
And I think we should continue. I think the Marvels won't be bad. The new Captain America, I think, is where
I'll be
Phase 5 kind of comes into fruition.
If it's only going to be Bucky, I don't know if he can take his. I don't know if he can like make his own movie. I don't know if a single movie about him. I feel like he needs something else.
The Winter Soldier, I think, is dope. Oh, no, Anthony Mackie takes over. That's right, okay. Dude.
So, Birdman. What's his face?
Not Hawkeye.
No. What does it say on there?
Sam Wilson. Oh, my God. Why am I blanking on his name?
I don't know. Bird Boy.
Falcon.
There you go.
Is his name Falcon?
Yeah, it is. Because they did, what's the TV show?
Falcon
and
the Winter Soldier.
And the Winter Soldier, yeah.
So that's going to be dope, actually.
So yeah, I mean, I
think it could be good.
So that goes back to like make a Falcon movie. Why are you making Captain America? How are we gonna?
I think he might become the new Captain America, because I think in the teaser he took the shield or something like that,
and then they were like, we need a new Captain America.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, I think there are some bright spots here. Bringing in the Fantastic Four into the Avengers, dude, that is dope.
Listen, I am all for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I really am. But fuck, man, they have tried over and over for some reason, and they cannot make a decent one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought
which one?
The one with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba, like Dr. Doom. That was Silver Surfer. I think they were so good.
I don't think it did how it it wasn't. It was a mediocre superhero movie at the time. I think that.
I guess. I mean, I thought it was up there for me, especially come out around the Spider-Man time, Tobey Maguire era. It's just like, I mean, it's just unfortunately those movies weren't building towards much.
Well, that's what I mean. Like that's why those single ones didn't work.
Right. You can't use those, you know, because they weren't having those certain things in mind, which is fine.
And then you end up
then they had a remake one with
or 2 of these or 3 of these. They've made 3.
They made 3. They made another Fantastic Four in 2015 with Michael B. Jordan and the dude from Whiplash.
Yeah.
Which
was another
Miles Teller, I think his name is, which was
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no like the thing with the era with the first one when it came out, like you said, with Spider-Man and stuff, those were more gimmicky to the like TV show fun type movies. Like that reminded me of the TV show with the angry guy, you know, like it reminded me more of like how you would act with a traditional comic book.
Right.
And that's why I don't think it worked as well. And now when you start getting serious, you can do it, but they still haven't just done it right. That's the thing. They haven't hit the mark.
They have not.
You know.
And it should be interesting to see you know,
and especially with all the other ones that have hit the mark.
Yeah.
You know, Iron Man hit the mark, Captain America hit the mark, fucking Wonder Woman, or it's not Wonder Woman, Marvel, what's her name?
Miss Marvel.
Like
Captain Marvel.
Like you get all these series and they did well, and for some reason that's the one that just can't fucking get out.
Yeah.
They don't like you don't go, oh man, like that was the best one of all of them. It's like I guess I'll tolerate watching this one, you know, like Iron Man, you have your favorite Iron Man. Even fucking Thor, you have your favorite Thor movie.
Yeah,
all your independent ones, you have them. With that one, I don't think anybody really does.
No. Yeah, no.
I mean, even Guardians. Like I think Guardians 2 was one of my. I like Guardians. I actually know Guardians 1's probably one of my favorites.
Guardians 1 is so
the
sick.
classic.
It introduces Gamora with Thanos and the Infinity Stones, kind of like that. That was a big deal to the whole universe. Like,
but they also continued the storyline where like you could go off in 2 ways: the Avengers way or their way.
And then they brought them together in Infinity War.
And
like
that's
that
what
was dope.
We're missing from some of these, and that's why.
Yeah.
And then that's why it sucks that this new one didn't do as well as we had hoped.
I know, but again, like it's just different. It's just different. It's hard to expect it to be so. I know it kind of sounds funny, but it's just in this world where these Marvel movies getting pumped out, and then like the shift in terms of the storyline, like it's just, you know, there's going to be, I guess you could say, type of growing pains. You know, like it's kind of like I wasn't expecting this movie to be that great. Like I really wasn't, because I was like, this is the 3rd volume. They're shifting gears as a company, like as a franchise.
And you just watched Ant-Man, and you were like, because you guys were psyched about that. Like I was psyched about it, hoping that it was going to be something. And then when you guys came back and were like, like then what? Then you're going to be stuck with same mindset of for Guardians.
Again, my opinion is that it's better than Ant-Man. I think that the Guardians of the Galaxy, that like that's something that they could bring back. Peter Quill's storyline of continuing is great. I love that. Ant-Man really grew old on me, dude.
Yeah.
From
it's a tough character, dude.
It's a very tough character. They try to play it almost as goofy as the Guardians of the Galaxy. It just doesn't really work as much, dude. Except he just has like a family, and it's just like the wife and the Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer. It's just like, stop it, dude. So I don't know, dude. It's really tough to see, you know, the decline of Marvel right now. But I think it will pick up. I mean, I think like again, like they're planning on new Avengers. Like they have a plan kind of out there. It's kind of unfolding in the next few movies. I would imagine even more so. Again, look at the opportunity you have though. You have Peter Quill set up to come back. You know, you have the Falcon and Winter Soldier to come back. Obviously you have Fury to come back. You're introducing Blade. You're introducing a new Fantastic Four. You have Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel too, right?
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot of characters you could build upon to kind of extend to the new Avengers. And
I mean, it is.
Yeah, dude.
You know, the thing is now it's just they're gonna take these guys and all the new ones are gonna have to redo and not redo, but create something around them. And you're getting some of these smaller characters that it's not easy to like. They work well with the group,
right?
They don't work as well by themselves.
Yeah, correct.
I don't know. I'm intrigued to see how they go, but I mean, if DC can do the push that they need to do and that everyone's been waiting for them to do, Marvel's gonna have to step up a lot more, because that gimmicky, you know, like fun 80s looking thing. Like that's done.
That's played old, dude. Like Love and Thunder out.
Finished it.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, Love and Thunder really was a fucking nail in the coffin.
That was where it's like, dude, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, we're done. Move to the next thing. Let's get it. Don't this whole like fucking he's an Avenger. Like, he knows me, like type of shit. You know, like stop. Make it serious again. Get Thor back into shit. You know, it has to change. And I think that DC is gonna push him to change.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And it should be interesting again, like to see, you know, James Gunn at DC. There's a lot of good things that could possibly happen. So we'll see.
Let's hope this. I mean, I'm excited to see the Flash. I want to see what comes out just to see if they're going to be able to.
I know, but again, the bullshit with Ezra Miller.
I know, but it just I don't know.
It's tough, dude.
But if they can just do a little bit better, they're gonna crush it.
Oh yeah.
And Marvel's gonna be like, shit. Like we got to put out some stuff.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Final rating for you.
Rating here.
Yeah, let me see what you got.
Final rating for Guardians here. Oh, dude, I don't know. I'll give it like maybe like a 5.5.
Wow, that we're going straight up 50%.
Yeah, 50%, 55%. I think is good, dude.
Yeah.
I'd honestly be interested to see like what everyone else has been saying, like in terms of.
I mean, it did okay.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 82%, 95% Fandango. Yeah, but box office numbers don't really mean anything. I mean,
well, like, box office numbers kind of do now because now you're going to see at least at the beginning who's actually going to the fucking theater.
Right, but again, like I could go there to see it for sure, but I could pay and then not like it, be like, oh, that was terrible. Dude.
Agreed.
So I don't know, dude.
But I like to see that actually people are willing to go see.
Yeah, I mean, you know me though, I'm willing to go see anything, really.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
But first says Wakanda Forever was okay. I like it, but huge problems. Had huge problems. I gotta watch it. Yeah. He also said I fixed the MCU.
Oh.
I would do X-Men, Deadpool versus the Avengers.
That would be cool. Crazy. That would be very interesting.
I mean, that's the other thing too about like X-Men. X-Men is the Avengers. Like they're that. They've already. They were the like you know like so now. If you don't do something kind of like against, like you have to jump in and go like bang the heads and then
like almost like Civil War.
Exactly. Because what happens too is like with X-Men, you've always had that like, and you get information on it later of why like Magneto and
Professor
X don't kill each other.
Yeah.
You get all that information because again, those characters were fucking like mature characters.
Yeah.
And you could make these mature backstories on them instead of like, you know,
dude, and the early X-Men movies in the early 2000s were sick.
Were fucking insane.
So good, bro.
Dude. Like, and even if some of the effects weren't as they weren't ready for it yet. Like
the acting,
everything was just good, fun, dude. It was like one of those things that you were waiting. Every time one came out, I was like, okay. Up until probably like the early years. I put it. What was the X-Men?
Oh, the future
freshman class or whatever.
Yeah, first class.
Like you get into one of those and you're like, okay, not bad.
That first one I thought was awesome. I didn't see any of them after the first one.
Yeah, I think they did I think the ideas there, they did a good job with it. I think it could have done way better. But when you compare it to shit like what Marvel's putting out right now, sometimes you go, all right, actually, it wasn't that bad. I liked it. But those like guys, you get another riff because Magneto and them, they're always fighting each other, but then they'll act together. Versus something like the Avengers,
exactly.
Versus something like, so it'll be interesting. Again, fucking, and there's a difference. What's his face? Wolverine. Wolverine, dude. Just that character that can't really die. Like that's that. Like which one of the Avengers is gonna fight that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like and has we've seen because of all the backstories, and again. One of the most violent backstories.
Yeah.
You know, Wolverine the movie was fucking just like and
so crazy.
That's why, you know, I it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see what happens, but I'm just kind of a little worried.
I am a little worried as well, dude. But we'll see what happens. Michael also chimes in here, by the way, and he says, I love your reviews. Very in-depth and insightful. You guys are the best. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
We did basically just have around 45 minutes
discussion.
Marvel's a big thing, dude. It's a really big deal, and
you can't jump in and just talk for 2 minutes about it. There's so much more.
They've built a fucking empire, and it is kind of tough because again, I think like our next movie trip, it shouldn't be like a franchise.
Yeah.
Movie.
You need that break.
I think we need a little break here, like a nice standalone. Like we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I know you're worried.
I know. Well, we got a few trailers for some ones that we might want to take a look at, though.
Yeah,
right?
dude. Actually, the first one, I believe this is, correct me if I'm wrong here, Manny, a Hulu movie.
Hulu?
It's going to be on Hulu and Disney Plus June 9th. Is a movie directorial debut, by the way, Eva Longoria.
Miss Eva.
She is directing this movie called Flamin' Hot, which follows the culmination, the creation, and success of Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Have you had them?
Excuse me.
Do you like them? Are you obsessed with them?
Honestly, I mean, I do enjoy them a lot. I'm not obsessed with them. In my opinion, I love jalapenos. I like the jalapeno Cheetos a lot better because I love the taste of jalapenos.
Gotcha. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't see what the big thing is. You have the younger kids now with the Takis too. That's the hot one.
The Takis are dope.
Yeah,
they're fucking too like but like when you're done eating them, you feel like you just ate a bunch of chemicals.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, my wife actually bought Flaming Hot Cheetos mac and cheese, so we might have to try that.
Whoa, dude, what are we doing?
I know we might have to go get lunch at my
house. Dude, that's so funny.
Flaming mac and cheese.
Oh
baby.
My god, dude.
But yeah, should be all these stories that are coming up. This is my shit. This is what I like. That's why I thought the Cheddar's movie was great. We're seeing the behind the scenes of how some of our favorite things got created, and some of those stories are insane.
Yeah.
And hopefully this gives us a little bit of background. I know it's going to be like 30% of the actual reality.
Yeah, who the hell knows how much.
But I let's see how Eva does. Let's see how Eva does.
Yeah, speaking of it, let's just play it, dude. Let's watch the trailer.
Stories.
Where is Richard? I'd like to speak to him.
I'm here. This time. That's me, the Mero, Mr. Richard Montañez. I'm the guy who helped bring the world the most popular snack it's ever seen.
Are you ready? A huevo.
I've been ready. All right. It was a little bit more like this. Spicy? Yeah, see, that's how I got here. Dear God, please forgive me for the gang, the drugs, the stolen cars.
What the heck, man? Let's move it.
Hey, he is praying, pendejo. Go ahead, baby.
The guy started at the very bottom. I know I don't look it, but I got a PhD. I'm poor, hungry, and determined, sir.
Okay, I can see you're gonna be a weird one.
What's happening?
Layoffs, son. Lots of them.
Frito-Lay isn't getting enough orders to keep the factory open.
Who eats Cool Ranch anyway? That lady.
Wow.
What is it?
It burns.
Well, stop eating it.
No, I like it. It was good.
I had been searching for an answer. And there it was. They had been there the entire time.
Nothing can hold you back.
I got an idea. It's a spicy chip. It's gonna change everything. It will save our factory.
And you're a janitor.
Okay, no, don't hang up.
No one can kill your vibe.
Figure out the next step. Say, the Hispanic market will not be ignored.
The Hispanic market will not be ignored.
Good, but in your voice.
You got the fire inside.
Why are we wasting time on this janitor's crazy idea?
Guys like you and me, we don't get shots like this.
You see that guy right there? I see a chingon, a montañez.
Yo soy Montañez.
Soy montañez.
Get out there and be great.
Nothing can hold you back.
We want to know that we matter to you. If we knew that there was a product out there for us, we'd say, take all our money, cabrones.
You got the fire inside.
I got a little hood there at the end, but
You got the fire, you got the fire.
Burns good or burns bad?
It burns good.
All right.
I mean, the story that's dope.
I do.
It's kind of
believe. I don't know if Mike was the one who told us. I don't know who I was talking. Someone said that there's 2 stories supposedly. Like there's
I think we looked it up, and
there
is a dispute over who has credit.
Who exactly? All right.
Yeah.
So we're taking this again, kind of like a little grain of salt here. And it's. I mean, if it's a cool story. I mean, it's your typical fucking
underdog come up story.
Yeah, with a twist. I mean, I guess it's. I'm actually a little stumped.
To me, again, cool story. I love the idea. Cheetos, very cool, popping. It's that's great.
Yeah.
It does to me seem a little Hollywood.
Yeah, you're pushing some weird parts of
yeah.
it. A lot of the Mexican stuff is great. You don't have to show it like that. I think.
Right.
I don't know.
And again, like,
which makes sense. I mean,
I kind of thought. I remember looking that up in the dispute. I kind of thought it would be more about that.
Yeah, you would think that it was because this is just pretty much saying, "Hey, man, this
guy
the story.
did it.
This
is
the
janitor guy did it come up."
But again, when everyone writes in movies based on a true story, that just means that the overall story is, flaming hot Cheetos. That's the story. Whatever happens underneath it in the movie doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like they add some stuff in here and there that's real, but for the most part, this is all fiction.
Right.
And it could be fun. It could be interesting. I mean, there were some points where you're like, oh, okay, that's a little funny. Like that's cool. Like the little kid on the second time I got annoyed. He's like, oh, flaming hot.
Yeah,
no,
that's
but it's
good.
good.
Oh,
like do that joke once.
I know. Like I thought,
especially in the trailer.
It
Like
doesn't seem like that's serious.
Yeah, exactly. The seriousness of the movie didn't feel like it was there. It felt like a joke the whole way through.
Yeah, which is not good, dude. Because I kind of thought it would be more of like a this is what happened.
Yeah.
Like
the Tetris movie when I watched it is ridiculous, but like if any of that story is true, which from what I did a little bit of research, a good amount of it is true. The main concept, not the people, but that story's insane. So there has to be something better than like this dude's about to lose his job and he goes, "Oh man, elotes are delicious.
Right.
Let's put that spice on a fucking Cheeto."
Yeah.
There has, hopefully there's something more. Trailers tend to hold some things back, but it didn't give us enough for me to be like, oh, there might be something really good behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but dude, that spice is good.
The spice is good.
The spice. You get that Mexican corn with that crema on top.
Never had, dude. I've always wanted.
Dude.
Like I feel like I would really enjoy it. But I've never had it.
You know who has a really good one? Bar Taco.
Really?
They got really good ones. Yep. I like it from there. They're delicious. I'm assuming that Malibu Taco might have a good one too.
I don't like Malibu Taco that much. I haven't seen them, honestly.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're delicious. I forgot what other place I had them, and it was probably around here. Oh, so good.
Oh, so good.
So good. Anytime I go to Cali, I make sure I get some more in Texas.
Oh, nice, dude. You should bring some back.
I will
time.
next
I don't
time.
have one.
I'll mail it to you.
That would probably work out really well.
It would.
Right?
It would. Better than me traveling with it.
Yeah, that's a good point, dude. You'd probably just eat it, Manny.
Yeah. See you later, alligator.
Oh, dude. Wouldn't even make it to the takeoff.
Yeah.
Next thing, bang, Oppenheimer trailer. New one dropped 4 days ago. I actually saw it in the coming attractions last night at the movie theater.
Ooh, how did it look on big screen like that? Shit, sick, that probably looked real.
And honestly, like the way the movie is like formatted in terms of the story, it seems so dope.
Yeah,
like,
this is Nolan, right?
I think we're back with like Nolan's like top movie.
Top movie, really. And dude, and that's the thing. Like Nolan shoots on bigger cameras, and he does things for bigger screens. So that's why I get really excited with his movies to go watch on the big screen specifically.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that this is this movie has been the movie that's been most filmed with an IMAX camera.
Yeah.
Something like 75-80% of the movie has been
dude,
used, which is like
insane.
the most in the history of cinema.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And it makes it look, it makes you want to go because then you're really going to be put into a world. You can't like not look away at an IMAX.
Yeah.
It is like 50 fucking % of that room, and you're gonna be everywhere you look, you're gonna be seeing something, which makes it fucking integral.
Right.
That they make all the details look good. And that's why those movies have become really fucking good. And that's why I love Christopher Nolan, is those details. If you're gonna make a movie that big, people are gonna be looking around. It's not like you used to watch something on a TV that's 4:3, you know,
or on your phone
where you're seeing this, and every little fucking edge has to be perfect for it to work. And his track record says he knows how to fucking do it.
Hell yeah, brother. So from the trailer, by the way, I can tell you like that's exactly how it feels.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped.
Grandioso.
Let's look at it, dude.
audio already.
So good, dude.
This is a national emergency.
Detonators charged.
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means if the Nazis have a bomb.
They have a 12-month head start. 18. How could you possibly know that?
We've got one hope. All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. A secret laboratory. Keep everyone there until it's done.
Let's go recruit some scientists.
Build a town, build it fast. If we don't let scientists bring their families, we'll never get the best.
Why would we go to the middle of nowhere for who knows how long?
Why? Why? How about because this is the most important thing that ever happened in the history of the world?
You're the great improviser, but this you can't do in your head.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
0 would be nice.
This is a matter of life and death. I can perform this miracle.
World War II would be over. Our boys would come home.
That's happening, isn't it?
The world will remember this day. Our work here will ensure a peace mankind has never seen.
Until somebody builds a bigger one.
You are the man who gave them the power to destroy themselves. And the world is not prepared.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Truman needs to know what's next.
2.
What's next?
1.
Dude, I can't even imagine how you felt in the theater with that. Just mainly the audio. I always forget, dude. The audio is so just
crispy, dude. Smooth, loud.
And just it's ominous. It's freaky. It was the same feeling I got when I was watching Chernobyl. That fucking audio was out of control. Like I couldn't not hear it for days, weeks. It was like that radiation click.
So sad.
But dude, I mean, it's also an all-star cast. There's so many. Dude, Robert Downey at the end of there.
I know, dude, and I forget the name of that dude who was in Valkyrie.
Which one? I have the whole list up here.
Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth
Branagh. He was the dude who was first talking to Oppenheimer. Like you gave
Josh Peck too's in there.
Josh Peck is in it, dude. Yeah. But I think it's dope how they really. It's not like the movie ends with okay, we're gonna go fly with the bomb now.
Yeah.
Like it's like. It's after there's an aftermath, you know, like they show what happens after.
And
I have no idea what happens.
You call it Oppenheimer. It's based on the story revolves around him. You're going to get some information that either you didn't know before if you haven't, researched him or, but it's just, oh, dude, I don't know, man. Every little bit of that. And even that trailer was
phenomenal.
They do a great job with it. I mean, you can't fucking. It's Nolan, man. It's just the story. The storytelling's there. You feel every moment of that trailer. I was sitting there like waiting to see what's going to happen next. And then his dips in audio too, dude. It's gonna be a crazy movie. I don't know. It's a very tough subject.
Yeah,
But I think if he's able to do it well, it's just gonna be just a crazy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I critically acclaimed type stuff. Usually, he does really well. Box office, he does really well. Some of his last movies weren't full hits, I guess.
Tenet was okay.
Tenet was okay. It was a tough one. That was another one. I'm happy that this isn't one that you have to go crazy thinking because it's factual. Like they're supposedly there should be like good facts. Like Tenet was confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Inception. You love that movie, but at first time you watched it, you were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. But luckily, the movie is made so well that the rewatchability of it is high. So like, the more you watch, that movie, the more you're like, holy shit, oh that, oh shit, oh that. Like how cool was this? I forgot about this piece. All that. But Tenet, I don't think was like that. I don't think Tenet got what he was reaching for. I think it was great. I think, but I don't think it was his best.
No.
This possibly could be, and you get a lot of the same people that he works with all the time.
Oh,
main character,
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. He's been Scarecrow for him, and all the
He was in Inception too, dude.
He's in all those movies with him.
Yeah.
And it shows, when directors and actors work well together, they make really good shit. Scorsese and fucking Leonardo, like amazing stuff.
Scorsese and Robert Downey.
Pretty much anyone. Scorsese,
Robert De Niro.
De Niro, Pesci, fucking, it's those cool ones that you get this really nice connection with, and you can create some really fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I think Oppenheimer's gonna be a fucking awesome movie.
Dude, I think it's gonna be fucking dope. July 21st, by the way, hitting theaters. Recommend you guys go see it in the theaters.
Go see it on IMAX.
Filmed with the IMAX, dude. It's gonna be super dope.
Yeah.
One more thing, I honestly want to touch upon in terms of trailers, just to keep it tight in the trailers was keep it toy. Was a movie called Poor Things. Now,
Poor Things. I'm intrigued.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's gonna be a film here.
Dude, you're gonna get corrected.
I probably am, dude. Trailer, yes, starring Emma Stone, dude.
Stoner.
This is actually the teaser trailer that came out just a mere yesterday, dude.
A mere yesterday ago.
So you know what?
Let's say a minute or
34
seconds.
34 seconds. Just like a nice little teaser, dude. The way teasers should be.
Yeah.
So let's watch teaser and then we'll get into it, dude. Let's get teased.
Let's get teased.
I am finding being alive fascinating.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, talk about going complete opposite from Marvel.
Oh my god, yeah.
You want to watch something completely on the opposite end of Marvel? This is it.
This is it, dude. And
holy shit, dude. Have you watched The Lobster?
what?
There was I forget what the saying was, but it was either director of The Lobster or something of The Lobster. It was two movies that popped up.
The Lobster I did not see, but I did hear about it.
Yeah, so it's got
Colin Farrell. Same director.
Yeah, okay, same director. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So, dude,
what was The Lobster?
The Lobster is a fucking weird movie. It's fucking really weird. I don't even know how to explain it. I've only seen it once, and it's again one of those movies that I probably have to watch about 5 to 6 times to really comprehend what the fuck is happening.
Right.
But like, you go to this place and you choose to be this, and like, it's very, very strange, weird. Like, and I feel like this is exactly what this. It's almost being like on a trip, like just mental. I feel like this movie's gonna be. Like you're gonna be very uncomfortable. You're gonna be very like trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and you're gonna have to watch this movie more than once.
Yeah. Based on honestly the same director as The Lobster. And The Lobster, I remember when it came out, I remember like the hoopla with it.
Yeah.
But
it was very monotone. Like that's the thing about like that movie was very dry.
Yeah.
Like, but not like what was a movie that just came out with him? Oh my god. The Irish guys on the island.
Oh, Banshees of Inisherin.
Banshees of Inisherin. Like, it's not that type of movie. It's like just take away any funny part, and you have this really dry. Like you have to kind of have that humor and that mindset to go into it. You can't go into that movie like a normal human being.
Yeah,
because it's gonna do some shit. They're gonna take some turns. You're gonna go to places that you can't even like fathom probably, because it's gonna be that weird. And you can tell by the acting too. Like
you can tell by the acting, the look of it,
yeah,
the
look.
teaser. And I'm just reading up on it right now. In terms of the cast, you saw Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, William Dafoe.
Defoe's always
that's great.
Shit.
Yeah, he plays the doctor who brings Emma Stone back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a quasi like Frankenstein
thing,
sort of like movie, obviously taking place. Doesn't really say necessarily when. This movie, by the way, is based on a book, which is pretty interesting. And it's gonna be rated R, so it should be
should have some fun, weird things in it.
Definitely some fun, weird things.
I mean, I don't know about you. I like those type of movies. I like those ones that you're fucking like a little confused and you gotta figure some shit out.
Yeah. Again, like it's just like a nice breakup between like the normal movies you would watch. Not normal, but
I call them the paying attention movies.
Yeah,
because all those other movies you don't have to pay attention. You can jump in and out and you'll still know what the story is. You miss one little thing on one of these, you don't know what the fuck's happening. You don't know who's who.
Literally.
You have to have you're on the ball on that one. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited.
Me too.
Great follow-up to Oppenheimer. Those are two that I'm actually really looking forward to now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I was trying to get like a I don't think there's a release date on it quite yet. September 8th, tentative 2023 release date.
I mean, this year, that's right after summer. So no, it's not a blockbuster summer movie. It's a
fall time sad movie.
Closer to Oscars, closer to end of the year.
The Oscars.
But it could be. It's either you're either gonna watch it and be like, yo, this movie's amazing, or it's gonna be like, what the fuck is happening in this world?
I think I should watch I think I should watch The Lobster, honestly, again. Just to get a feel. But first, is The Lobster's about single people over 40 that have two choices in life: get married or become an animal.
That's what it was. It's not an easy one to get through.
It is on HBO Max, dude. Okay, cool. So I can take a gander at it, dude.
Yeah. He chooses a lobster. The fuck.
That's good, dude. I'm glad he does.
I didn't watch The Favorite though. I didn't watch that one.
Do you know what The Favorite is?
No, but I've seen I've seen something for it before.
No, not what I want to do.
Because of something.
Because it's good. Because of something, dude.
There's something. I don't know why.
The Lobster, The Favorite, which was made in 2018.
Yeah. I think I might have just heard it like passing by, like it was a movie that was coming out that year.
Rachel Weisz, Emma Stone. Okay, so second movie they're gonna be working with together, by the way. Early 18th century England at the war with French, nevertheless. Duck racing and pineapple eating are thriving.
See, like it's all weird shit.
Oh, Queen. Oh, it's like with the Queen and shit. Oh, I think I vaguely remember when this came out, actually.
Yeah, see, like you know about it. It's just I don't think I've watched it.
HBO Max, maybe?
HBO Max, maybe?
No. It's like YouTube, you gotta pay for it.
Oh, fuck that.
That's okay, dude. But all right, that's basically that. The last thing we wanted to talk about actually is Last of Us Season 2 on hold. Unfortunately, dude, the writer's strike, as you guys may or may not know at home, is seemingly in full swing here. Yeah, a lot of shows, a lot of movies have been kind of
put on hold.
Because what are you gonna do if you don't have your writers? I mean, you gotta obviously take care of that, but hopefully, you had mentioned, I think Manny had said Last of Us was in shooting, right? They were shooting.
I think they were doing auditions from what I read.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't call you for an audition?
No, they did not call me. They said, no, not that guy. He's not even in the fucking intro to this show.
Oh my gosh, dude. So funny.
But first says, some say the director's strike is next.
Really?
Dude.
Is that a fact?
I don't know.
A factoid?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if writers get something for streaming. The whole thing's gonna have to change. Like once they figure out how they can pay people through streaming, it's it's the same shit with music. Everyone's having problems with it. So it's got to get figured out. And once it gets figured out for one person, then everybody's gonna be like, wait a minute. We need to get
this is what
covered.
We need.
So
give it to me now.
So it will be an extra. This year is going to be very, very interesting on this route that it's going. So I mean, we've seen strikes before, and they've gotten either settled, but everything's changing so quick. You got to keep up, and it's hard to keep up when you have to make these rules that will change almost weekly, monthly, daily. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Dude. Yeah, literally insane.
So we'll see what happens, but it's really gonna fucking affect a lot of viewers that are waiting for fun new stuff to come out. And I think Befur said it last time when we were talking about it, that web shows are going to take over now. Same way, like he said, reality did. I'm 100% agree with him. I think all of a sudden, all these content creators are going to have a bigger platform. But in the end, it'll turn out to be the same thing. It's just a cycle. We just have to figure out, what the next step is for these guys and everybody else. And because we got to entertain. People got to get entertained. We need these outlets.
Yeah.
So.
I need outlets.
We need outlets.
And I'm sure, really, at the end of the day, I think it'll be resolved and it'll be fine. And Last of Us will continue to audition.
I hope, man. I need it back quick. I need my shows. We need our reviews. We need to have fun.
I know. I'm really excited to see where the show goes. I had fun today, obviously, but
I don't want this to be a show that ends and you're like, fuck.
I
could
know,
have been more.
So should have been more.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch,
but they better fucking end it right. That's all I have to say. Like, if they're gonna fucking end it, whenever they decide to end it, don't go with the fucking Walking Dead way of extending it way too.
No, yeah, you can't do that, dude.
Stop it.
Speaking of extending it, Befur says, I want to see a Tony and Mike show with Manny producing.
Never happened.
Why?
Never.
You can get behind here.
I don't play that game.
It's not a game, Manny.
This is my outlet to not be behind the scenes. This is me trying to be in front.
Well, you're still in front.
I know, but I don't want to do work.
You're in front and you're behind.
I can barely think when I'm talking with you right here.
Oh, stop it. Maybe one day, man. Never say never.
Never say never. Never say it. But there could be a lot of sound effects throughout the whole thing. I'll tell you that.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that, dude.
Yeah. Press all the buttons.
Press all the buttons, dude. But I think that's basically it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go over anything else, dude.
No, man. No, I got some stuff we're gonna talk. I got some stuff to put on my watch list.
We didn't pick a movie, dude.
We said we wanted to watch Deep Blue.
Deep Blue Sea, going Deep Blue Sea.
I think Deep Blue Sea. I think I'm on it. I told you yesterday, or I think yesterday or today, I watched The Meg, and surprisingly, I enjoyed it. So let's keep this theme of man-eating animals.
Yeah, let's fucking go, baby.
I'm good. And look, dude, please just read the cast. For anybody who doesn't know,
all right,
check out this cast.
Samuel Jackson, Thomas Jane, LL Cool J, Michael Rappaport, Stellan Skarsgård as well. So it's quite the cast.
Dude, Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport. I know, dude, so funny.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You got fucking Coolio in there. You got Samuel L. It's a bomb movie. Just enjoy it.
LL Cool J. His character is a chef, and his name is Preacher.
Oh, dude, I also forgot this. Befur just reminded me that the Yogi Berra documentary.
Oh,
There's
dude,
a new Yogi Berra documentary too that I need to watch.
It's in theaters though. The Yogi Berra documentary.
But I saw the trailer for it, and it is interesting. Especially the way they made the trailer. If I remember correctly, they were just talking about all these other people getting like all these accolades, and that his granddaughter was like, you've done better than all of them. Why aren't you in there? Like that's insane. Like, that's a story. Everyone,
and he was like a veteran too.
Like, my grandfather fucking loves Yogi Berra. He fucking he's read all the books about him. He just loves it, and I've never understood why. Now it's starting to be like, oh, there's more to it. And dude, back in the day, sports was fucking the wild west. So I'm excited to hear little stories and see what the real deal is. But I heard that documentary was actually very good.
Yeah, and before to say a little snippet here, Yogi Berra rookie season, 500 at bats, struck out only 31 times.
Dude, like fucking A. Come on,
that's crazy, dude.
That's stupid percentages.
Unbelievable, dude.
In a sport that is pretty much all fucking statistics, that shit is insane.
And it's also like every statistic is based off of you doing poorly.
Yeah,
like everything is about you, how many times you make a mistake.
Yeah, and he didn't make many.
Yeah,
as we can see by this.
Like, it's so crazy. So yeah, guys, I guess that's it. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in. Great episode today. A lot of great content. honestly, if you guys want us to review any specific movies, I think you should definitely let us know.
We need some more. We need some more weird ones.
You know, because we're coming out here just picking movies that we like or haven't watched in a while, whatever, which is great. I mean, I love watching these movies and everything.
I like to watch stuff that I haven't seen, so I need suggestions.
Yeah, new shit is good, dude. That new.
That new.
So yeah, guys, be on the lookout. Tuesday, next episode, buddy. Deep Blue Sea this weekend. You guys should watch. It's a great, like, getting into summertime movie. It's about kill a shark, basically.
Get ready. Get ready for the beach, baby.
It's also rated R, so there's some graphic scenes in there. People dying.
There's LL Cool J. That's all you need to know.
LL Cool J, though, dude, he's got a parrot. His name is Preacher. He's a chef. I mean, like, could you imagine the thought, like, you're writing this down. What's his name? Preacher. All right. What does he do on the boat? You know what? Let's make him the chef, the head chef. Should he have like a sous chef to say, but no. Give him a parrot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who are we gonna find for this? I think LL Cool J should fit the bill here.
Yeah. LL Cool J definitely, dude.
He's in. He's in. Mama gonna knock you out.
But first says Mama gonna knock you out. Please review Beau is Afraid. That's in theaters. Beau is Afraid. Joaquin Phoenix. I do really want to see that movie.
Yes.
Michael coming in at the buzzer. Love Deep Blue Sea. Ahead of its time for sure. It was, dude. So great movie.
Just go watch it. It's gonna be fun.
Just watch it. It came out in '99. Great film era.
Before Y2K.
Right before Y2K.
Right before the end.
They weren't phased. They were like, nah, we gotta make this movie. Who cares about the end of the world?
99.
99, baby. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Screen Time episodes, Downtime TV's YouTube. Go check them out. There's a ton out there. Subscribe while you're there. Turn on the notifications button just so you know. Just so in case, like, hey, maybe you have nothing going on, you know, oh, they're on right now. Let's go watch, tune in, engage.
Yeah.
Have a good time. But I want everyone to really enjoy the weekend. Watch some good movies. Don't forget, Tuesday noon, come on to Screen Time.
Don't forget, every single weekday you got Sports Port in the morning.
Yeah. I'll see you guys back here Monday morning, 10 a.m. for Sports Port. You'll see Manny and I together on Tuesday. Unless Manny's doing Gaming Corner Monday night, but we'll see about that. But until then, have a great weekend. Watch some good shit, and see you next week, guys. Be safe.
See you next week.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.